We did it, guys. We made it into Mythic today, but I'm not proud of how I did it. I fear we might have joined the dark side. That's right, guys. Today we picked up a lot of wins, but I am very much ashamed of how I did it because, as you can see, we've got a mono blue deck. I am not a big fan of mono blue. It's just not my style of gameplay. It's never really been my style of gameplay to really play super hard counter control type stuff. But this is going to be a build that I wanted to touch on because mono blue right now is crazy good. It's got a lot of the same good stuff as it always has, like the Jhin obviously getting bigger over time, discounting your cards in hand to cast, and just a really great overall card. But there's some new cards that really shine today, man. We've got the Illuge. This guy is awesome. It basically gets bigger every time a land comes down on the battlefield because it's the size of whatever amount of islands you control. It can turn your demolition fields into islands by putting flood counters onto them, and then it discounts your cards in hand as well as the Hadi Jhin. So basically everything's going to be pretty much free to cast at, late in the game if you can get that far. So of course we're going to have to bounce a lot of things out of the opponent's off the opponent's field, like with the Into the Flood Maw and our Season of Weaving. These things are going to keep us alive long enough to win the game. Season of Weaving, guys, MVP. This card is sick. So there's a lot of decks that like to go wide, and even mono red sometimes will have 3 or 4 threats they throw onto the battlefield with not a lot of pump spells in hand. So sometimes you get a lopsided match that way. This thing can bounce everything back to the opponent's hand. And not only that, you can either draw 2 cards with that, or you can create a token of one of your creatures, obviously the Hadi Jhin. You create a token of that Hadi Jhin and then bounce everything else. You're left with the Hadi Jhin on the field. No one else has anything. It's a great way to just kind of close out a game or get a hard reset to just then basically take over the game. And then we've got Spellgire, which has been phenomenal. Counter spell, draw 2, whatever you want to do with this thing. It's been awesome. Options are always very good when you're playing mono blue. But again, a very deadly build, man. We got ourselves into Mythic and got some pretty strong wins in Mythic. So I hope you enjoy this one. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. All right, guys, we are 1 game away from getting into Mythic, and I decided we're going to be playing some mono blue today because mono blue's been in a pretty good spot. I've seen a couple of content creation builds, and I've also seen it on the ladder quite a bit. So I figured I would try it out today and see if it can't take us to Mythic. And so far so good. We've won 2 games in a row against pretty aggressive builds. Gonna have to go with another sleight of hand here on 2. There's really nothing else we can play. More mana isn't a bad thing, and I do have sorry, I do have Season of Weaving, which is proven to be very good for us. Pass the turn, we have the counter magic ready to go. I could draw and discard a card here, which might be the play. I don't know yet. Let's see. Not a whole lot being shown from the opponent here. They're gonna activate the Collector's Vault for 2 and get a treasure to draw a discard. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what happens here because I'd like to get down the Illuge on turn 4 here. But I may end up, you know what, this might not be so good here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think this will be too good here. Do I want to get this down? It feels like I do. But then again, the opponent running swamps could be a kill spell waiting in the wings for us here. I'm gonna try it. I mean, it's a little greedy for sure. We'll see. I've not yet played this card once, and this is kind of the whole reason I wanted to play this deck, is because this card looked really cool. So they do choose to activate the vault. We kind of had a feeling, and there goes the Atraxa, which they're trying to reanimate. So this flood counter makes everything cheaper, which is cool. Whenever it enters or attacks, I get that. Wow. It's pretty good. I can't lie, that's pretty good. I do have the Season of Weaving though, so I can reset this board pretty fast. But man, that's annoying how well that panned out for them. Turn 5 Atraxa. It's pretty good. So 4 mana really available to them right now. A full grip of cards, which we don't care too much about. That goes to a 5/5. It's definitely got to be this, right? There's really no other play to make here. I wish there was, but we'll draw 2. Send everything back to our hands. And then that should level the playing field here a little bit. They've got 4 mana, we've got 5, and we've got tons of counters now that we can work with later in the game here to hopefully shut down the opponent's big reanimation spells. The vault's fine. We kind of know the drill with the vault. They're gonna try to get something to the graveyard. It's these Tolvadas. If we can counter these Tolvadas back to back, we're gonna be good to go. I'm telling you guys, Seasons of Weaving is not to be messed with. It's a very good card. So if I play this, my counter spells will be down to 2 mana apiece, which I think is good. Assuming this doesn't die. I don't think it will though. I think they're gonna be so hard focused on trying to resolve their reanimation spells. All right, we've got the counters. Let's go. Huge, huge. A tap land is good, meaning they're gonna be pretty much close to tapped out here. 1 mana left over. There it is. That's a no thank you, my friend. And here's where we start taking over the game. We reset the board. Season of Weaving resets the board, and now we just get to have some fun. Literally, it's just all fun from here. You would think, right? I mean, we've got tons of counters. Flow of Knowledge, which is ready to pop off for 2 mana. And then unlimited counter spells. Like, that's crazy. Destroy tapped creature. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's gonna be a counter spell for me. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. GG's. Let's go. We're in Mythic, baby. You love to see it, dude. Blue is actually so good. I don't love that I'm playing blue. I'm not gonna lie. Blue's never been my thing, but man, you gotta admit when it's good, it's good. All right, we get to go first with a decent looking hand. I like this actually a lot. A lot of interaction here. Good mana. Looks good. And we are at 95%. Okay. Little late to Mythic this month. Well, halfway through the month. Actually, not too bad. All right, the opponent gets down a Dream Thief early here. Are we a Roots deck? No, looking like maybe mono black. We're gonna counter that for sure. Mono black, maybe aggro type deck. I'm gonna go with the Jin because I have no other plays here for 3. Make my Flow of Knowledge much cheaper too, which is awesome. That's tough. That's got the death touch. Not a whole lot I can do about that right now. They send this in. Why? Exile this from the graveyard, draw a card, lose 1 life. I guess they could have a path, or a Virtue of Persistence. Virtue of Persistence to do -3/3 on my creature. That would be really bad, so. All right, they hit me with the Go for the Throat instead. Fair enough. That does slow things down quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie. All right, that's an easy counter for us. We're hoping for a land here off the top. Nice. We got the options now. We got Flow of Knowledge, or we've got the spell to counter. All right, that's fine. We'll take the 2. That's also fine, I think, because if I want to bounce it, or later if I can just draw into, with the Flow of Knowledge here, into our pause, like bounce everything, that'd be kind of nice. No, we missed. Okay, discard 2 cards. Probably not gonna need the Demolition Fields, right? Probably not. All right, here we go. Gonna do some bouncing here. So yes, you can draw a card, but it's gonna be your Preacher, so. All right, and they replay the Preacher. We counter it, hard counter it this time. These Spell Gyres in mono blue are really good. I played them in another build we had, but they weren't as good. They're very good here. I love this, but I think I prioritize the Whale here in my counter spell. I don't know. Sending both of these back to their hand does not seem like a phenomenal play, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go whale here. Hopefully whale. I mean, if I've got to counter something, that would kind of stink. All right. Got the whale down. We definitely attack in here. We gotta pick up the pace here on the damage output. Opponent does block. Fair enough. And then I'll probably end up using my other whale here to send back their Skull Dweller. And then hopefully they try to play something decently big here that I can counter. That's unfortunate. It's fine though. Man, what do I do here? I think I'm gonna do both of these. I force them to use up all the rest of their mana here, and then I also create a flying blocker to stop the Dream Thief from getting in. Okay, and now I hit him with this, right? Now I hit him with this. We'll send everything back except for tokens, which I have, and then we draw a bunch of cards. Another Seasons of Weaving, not bad. We haven't played a land yet. Maybe we play this out and try to go find a land. I'll take that. I'll take that, sure. I maybe need to add a fourth one of these to the deck, man. I can't tell you how good it feels when this is down. That's fine. They did have the persistence after all. We had a feeling that was the case. Yep. Another land. If we get this down, it's an 8/8. Can start looking to maybe close the game out. We bounce this back when they attack. I don't have anything for counter spells though, is the thing. Not having counter spells is going to be the issue for me here. Okay, let's just end the turn. Dude, these flood counters are so good. Like, a 0 mana bounce effect is just beyond amazing for us here, like efficiency wise. All right, we're definitely sending you back. Into the Flood Maw, man. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This Skull Dweller not allowing us to get through with an attack, though, is going to be a problem. I need like a Djinn bad. Another Flood Maw. Alright, I'm going to draw some cards here. There's a Djinn. Some helpful tools now. Alright, 2 cards to go back. Alright, so we've got some options now. We've got some options. If we... Oh, is it only my first spell that gets the effect? The first spell, yeah, okay. So if I play this, I can block in the air and start outputting damage. All right, let's do that. Let's get this down. I'm not gonna worry about anything right now. Okay, that's tough. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Okay. Pass turn. What do we want to throw away here? Man, everything's so good. One of the whales? Just one? Okay. This is a battle, man. An absolute battle. All right, we allow that to resolve for now. Okay. We bounce back the Preacher before it can draw a card. Okay, and then they swing through, I'm guessing, with both here. Yeah, all right, perfect. We block here. They want that card really bad. Unfortunately, they're not going to get it because we're sending the Skull Dweller back. All right, they get nothing. You get nothing, Jon Snow. Another Preacher, sure. All right, and then we go over the top for 10. Over the top for 10. And then we just, yeah, I was gonna say, we just honestly, all we really needed to do there, I was gonna hit him with the Seasons of Weaving, and the Weaving was gonna go ahead and bounce every single thing back to our hands. And then I was gonna use the mode number 2 to create a copy of the Djinn so it stayed on the field. And then we were just gonna finish the job next turn. So awesome game, man. That was fun. Man, that was a fun game. I had a good time with that one. Opening hand here. Oh, I don't know, man. How long can this keep me going until I'm just running out of juice? I need some sort of draw effects here. Okay, this is better, but what do we send away? Honestly, I think I'm gonna send the whale. I need more mana, dude. I need more mana. Pretty sure they said hello. I missed it though. All right. This could be a bad one for us, guys. A 1/1 rat dies, create a mercenary. Got it. That's not bad. I do need that, but I need another land. Come on, land, land, land. This can save us if we get another land here. Oh, rats cannot be countered now. Fun. That's a good little mono blue counter, you know, but we have the ability to deal with it if we get a demolition field. Nice, we find land. Huge. Huge. Let's see what kind of go wide strategy they have here. Hopefully it's go super, super wide, and then I can just Seasons of Weaving the whole thing. Oh, they didn't find anything there. They whiffed. All right, I'm gonna allow the damage, and that's 2 toxic counters though, something to keep in mind. Not being able to counter stuff is gonna be really, really tough. Yeah, I might as well drop this, right? Perfect. Just trying to get to that Seasons of Weaving so I can hit a big reset. Hopefully that'll get us back into the game. I don't know though, they're moving pretty quick. It all really came down to that Cavern of Souls. That shut us down big time. I think we do this just to kind of slow the pacing down a little bit. That does give them more card advantage down the road though, because the opponent will be using, you know, that to find more rats, but what can you do, man? Slows them down, you know? Gotta do what we gotta do. I think that was definitely the move. Demolition Field, let's go. That's gonna help a lot. Discard 1 card, probably gonna have to be the Flood Maw. So if I use this now, I tap, let's say 2, I use it, I still have 3 mana open. That's not enough to do a counter spell right this second, so we're gonna have to just give up on the idea of that for now. We'll hit him with the Flow of Knowledge, take some damage here, and then we'll hit him with the Season of Weaving, reset the board, and then we'll be back into this game. Oh man, it's a slugfest out here. It is a slugfest out here. Eating up my graveyard every turn is really rough too with that Lord Skitter. It's making my Djinn a lot weaker down the road. You got it. What are we at poison counter wise? We're at 6. Something to keep an eye on. Okay, we did hit a land. I got a little scared there, not gonna lie. Sleight of hand can go. Probably another one of these can go. All right, another demolition field, not bad. 1 is good for now though. We hit him with the Season of Weaving. Everybody goes. We'll take a couple of cards. Come on. Come on, do a hard reset. Hard reset. Oh, but the rat tokens stay, actually. I forgot about the rat tokens being able to stay on the field. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. They answered that actually phenomenally by killing their own thing there and creating even more tokens. Good on them, man. I think they've got us here. It is what it is. We don't have another season of the weaving, unfortunately. Did I throw any extras away? Because another... Well, it's still not going to help us a ton because they run a lot of tokens. The tokens are what really killed us there. 9 poison counters. Brutal. Brutal. All right. I mean, Jin. It's good. Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna do it. There's nothing I can do. They ate up too much of my graveyard. Those tokens were just too much, man. So that's pretty good. That was pretty good. GG's. All right, rats are pretty good. Opening hand here looks pretty okay-ish. But yeah, I've been on the other side of that before. It's been pretty awesome when you go up against Mono Blue and you got the Cavern of Souls ready to go. That really puts a damper on things. Okay, Mono Red potentially to follow it up. I've got a decent hand though. I've got the Horn-Locked Whale to send it back to their hand. Hopefully they drop like a Monstrous Rage on it or something. Nothing, huh? Nothing. Well, I think I hang on to the whale then for now, because if they have no plays, then no point in wasting the spell at the moment. 1 damage is nothing, so... Some more Rakdos mana, which tells me they're trying to fling. They're trying to fling some damage. That's an easy counter for me here. The less amount of creatures I have to deal with, the better. Alright, so if I go with the Jin here, that's going to allow me to play the Horn-Locked Whale's ability for only 1 mana, and I've also got a blocker, so absolutely going to play that out. Hopefully it doesn't die to some sort of like get law or go for the throat or something like that. That would be a bummer. Okay, Demonic Ruckus goes to the side. And the pump spells begin, which is good. Pre-combat pump spells are always nice. They give me no surprises during the combat step. I think that's a sorcery. No, it's instant. Okay. I don't know why they did it that way. All right, here we go. We got the big old sea monster here. Now we're cooking, guys. We've got a 0 mana Horn-Lock Whale ability. They can go Demonic Ruckus on a Swift Spear here and get it around the whale for some damage, but I mean, that just opens up me sending it back to the top of their deck again. So enjoy that for now. We might see a scoop here, to be honest. That's got to be pretty frustrating. Nope, they want to keep going. Ooh, another bounce spell is diabolical. All right, let's go ahead and attack with Bolt. Let them commit so much here to the hero, because you know that's where they're wanting to put all these pump spells on, because it deals damage when it dies. That's it, huh? All right. I need a draw spell, though. I really do need to draw into something that can get me some more cards, and so I can reload here. Another Jin, not super helpful. Yeah, we're not drawing extremely well, are we? Not really. I'm just gonna send in the 5 here. They're down to 10. Well, I guess maybe if I sent in the extra 2, they go to 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I could have had lethal, huh? Now I don't have lethal. Yeah, I probably should have sent in both the attackers there, because now they're not at lethal, but I still get the win. That was a little bit of a mistake in the math department, though. If I had drawn any draw spells, we would have been good to go. All right, we got a bounce spell into some counter magic. You got to keep this one, man. The mana looks good going first. Everything looking solid here. There's the knowledge. That's what we were looking for last game. If we had found the knowledge a little bit sooner, we would have been absolutely shut down. All right, I'm just gonna play this one really slow. There's really no reason to commit here. The opponent clearly another potential control player. Could have some counter spells of their own. Yeah, I guess we just pass the turn. This could come down to a card advantage war. Do I counter that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna try to play 3 steps ahead to draw and discard because I want to drop off my Flood Mock because I don't think it's gonna be relevant here. I have a feeling they're gonna counter it, and if they do, that opens up the flow of knowledge for even more card advantage. So this is kind of a red herring I'm throwing out here. Oh wow, they let it get through. They let it get through. Got to discard the hand size here. They missed a land drop. A lot of counter spells go. 2 counter spells are out of the way. Why throw away the counter spell instead of just countering what I just played? You know what I mean? Seems like a little bit of a waste in my opinion, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. If I play the Djinn, it just gets countered. There's no way I'm going to get it resolved. All right. Let's drop you. And you. All right, got my stuff resolved. We both got basically 7 cards in hand, and they missed more land again. Oh, that would have been a really interesting game. That honestly would have tested my ability to actually navigate my own build here, because it would have been a mirror matchup, and having to play around counter spells would have been pretty tough for me to do. I would have liked to have seen where that was going to go, but they gave up a little bit too early here. Okay, we've got an expensive hand. I'm gonna have to send that one away. This is a little bit better, believe it or not. We've got the bounce spell into a counter spell. Because if the opponent's too aggressive and we're not able to react in time, we just die. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this one with a bit more of an aggressive hand with these bounce spells, counter spells. That's annoying. They take sleight of hand. I can live with the spirit for now. So it's gonna be abs and control, it feels like. Yeah, it looks like that. They run that right into the counter spell. Seems kind of odd. That's a really good card. I wouldn't want to just throw that one away, but they do. Not wanting to play this, so I guess I'm gonna play out the Djinn here. I know I'm leaving it exposed here to some removal, which I'm sure they have, but if I can just untap one time and protect it, we're gonna be good to go. It's not likely though. Oh, wow. Okay, we're good to go. That's what I'm talking about. Do we attack here? I think so. All right. Feeling really good right now about where we're sitting at. Nothing, huh? This feels like a trap, but I'm gonna go ahead and draw cards. That's a good card. Both of those are relevant, but I don't want the land, I don't think. Got another one. That's so good. We're gonna draw a boatload of cards. Let's attack. Now, here's the deal. Obviously, we don't have anything, right? Like, nothing that we can just, you know, counter or answer a problem with. There's nothing here. And so we can bluff. We can pass the turn and bluff the opponent, which I think is the right call, believe it or not, because I think when everybody's playing against mono blue, if there's mana open, they are typically a lot more afraid to play their spells into that mana. The opponent hasn't shown that yet, though, so it might be a mistake, but they play the Beza. No fear. Because on tapping with, you know, everything here to just play the Season of Weaving didn't feel like the right call, in my opinion. I'm drawing cards, man. This card is so versatile. I absolutely love it. I love it so much. All right, we got a mulligan, or not mulligan. We gotta take our hand down to 7. Seems fine to me. Got a lot of bounce mechanics here. Are we activating a land to attack with? Interesting. Interesting. I guess because they want to exile some stuff from my graveyard. Okay. Well, we know what they're up to now, so I guess they're pretty close to tapped out. Let's just send this back. Demolition field's my demolition field. Fair enough. I respect it because they don't want me blowing up their creature lands. But they did just give me one more mana to work with here. So the Beza I will be sending back to the top of their deck. Or to the bottom. I'm sure it's going to be to the top. Yeah, it's a great card. I wouldn't throw that away either. Let's see what Sleight of Hand grabs us. Okay. Counter spells are good. Send into 5. Here we go. They finally make the block with their 1/1 spirit. It's gone. Thank goodness for that. Beza's back. Beza's back. Or is it? Or is it? I really want to draw cards with this, man. I really don't care about the Beza, if I'm being honest. Yeah, sure, it does some good stuff for them. They draw a card, gain some life, whatever, but I'm not too worried about it. All right, we're gonna fully tap out here from our whale and really apply the pressure now. That's a great find. It's a great find. All right, we send in everybody. See how they decide to block. If they do, they do block. There goes Beza for good now. We don't have to worry about bouncing it anymore. Down to 15. That cornucopia gaining them life too has been a little bit tricky, I won't lie. Surprised they haven't got back down their cottage yet. All right, they're trying to sunfall the board straight up. We won't allow it. Four more mana to work with, though. Nothing, huh? This might be a mistake to send this away to draw some cards, but you know, that's a great card, but I don't think we need it. I think we need more counter spells, more answers. It's not bad. All right, so we got how much damage here? We've got the 6 taking to 10, 7 takes him to 3, so we need to deal 3 more damage here. Is it possible to deal 3 more damage here? No, right? 1, 2, no, 5. Well, actually, I think it is possible. Let's start with this. All I'm trying to do here is deal 3 more damage, which is definitely possible. Take that. And we need to deal 1 more, right? Seems pretty good. It leaves me a counter spell. And if they try to play out a kill spell here, I can counter it. If it's to activate their land to block, we definitely win. They're taking it. Wow, okay, GG's. I thought maybe they were gonna try to bring in their land to block there. Do they have the mana for that? 1, 2, 3. Oh, they didn't have enough mana to bring it down. But we were definitely just gonna end up bouncing that back with the Flood Maw. I'm glad we were able to find the lethal there. You know, I almost swung in there prior to finding that. That could have been bad, but Season of Weaving, man, I can't express how good that card is enough, honestly. All right, we might have time for 1 more game here. Let's see if we can squeeze it in. This hand looks great. Sleight of Hand to kick things off into some counter magic. That works for me. Sleight of Hand finds me more mana. No plays from the opponent makes me feel really, really good. Leaves my counter spells a lot more viable here on 3. Cash grab, mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among those cards. That's fine, you can have that. Gives me an idea of what's playing here. Doing some maybe reanimation. I doubt it though. I doubt it. I'd like to play the Haughty Djinn. As far as removal goes, exile up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment you control, return it to your owner's hand. So they're blinking. Okay, I'm not too afraid of removal spells. Based on the colors I'm seeing here with Naya, the strategy they're looking to do, which is blink, I don't think we should worry too much about the Jhin. Buried in the garden. Okay. I was just gonna say exile's a possibility with something like I thought it was gonna be more like what is it, the 3-mana exile banishing light, something like that. I think that's what it's called. I think that's back on the menu. Let's grab another Jhin. All right, we could bounce any permanent we want back to their hand too at some point here if we want to give them scry 2. That's fine. That is fine. It's a good thing that they put that on a plains because I can't demolition field that away. You got it, man. That's a counter. That's a counter. That's a huge no thank you. All right, if I play this for 3, 1, 2, 3, that leaves me 3 mana open. That's not enough. Undo. All right, pass the turn. I don't know why I didn't attack there. I don't really plan on blocking, do I? Yeah, I should have got the 2 damage through. Another mistake on attacking. I'm so focused on the control aspect of the game that I forget about the damage output that I need to be focused on too. Hopefully it's not gonna bite me in the butt here. 4, 5. Okay, so I gotta do this again. Forcing me to counter again. But hey, I'm glad we have the counter spell available because we could easily not have it available to us. 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna play this time. Now we can block really well too against the steed. We're open though, man. We're open for a big spell from the opponent here. No counter spells in hand. They've indicated nothing but big spells based on how slow they've been playing this. That's fine. Gonna do it again? No, just want to get the 2 damage in. I guess they could do it again after combat though. No? All right, cool. I think we're good. If they let this flow of knowledge hit and then let us on tap, we're gonna win this game for sure. 1 card. 2 cards? Oh yeah, game over, my friend. That is unfortunate for them because they let me flow of knowledge, which leads me into a lot of answers and bounce spells, counter spells, all the good stuff. And yeah, the world is my oyster now. This is kind of where mono blue absolutely thrives. You can blink that. You can blink it if you want to. It's been a good round of games, man. Getting into Mythic and then having a handful of good wins here, up to 96% already. Feeling good, man. Mono Blue is dangerous. Mono Blue is one of those decks that it doesn't feel like crazy overpowered, but it feels really good. That's fine. They're gonna crew. I forget it's saddle, not crew. They're gonna saddle. We're gonna counter. They're gonna try to push. Seems good to me, man. Seems good to me. That should do it. GG's. GG's. Man, that was a crazy end game, man. Shutting down the Atali was massive. I mean, they just ran those 2 big spells out into mono blue with way too much mana open and too many ways to answer. So that was a good game for us, man. I think that matchup honestly favored us quite a bit, though. Good stuff. That's going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's deck list and video. Mono blue is honestly very good. It has been good for a while now. It's been doing its thing. And with the new set release and rotation, you know, you thought maybe mono blue might lose off on some stuff, but with the Illuge and the fact that you know, I get that you lose the Tolarian Terror, but the Illuge was such a good addition to the build that I honestly think it made the deck even better. It's a bigger body. It discounts things for you instead of thriving off of a discount that it gets. It gives you more discounts for your other spells, which I think is pretty cool and I think a lot more valuable. So mono blue I think is going to be around for a while, guys. Unfortunately, it's a good deck, but it's fair. It's a fair build, and it's not exactly destroying everything, so that's good. And yeah, I just hope you enjoyed today's video. It was hopefully informative for you guys, or maybe you can get some ideas off of it. But thanks for watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. And a huge special thank you to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program on my channel. They help support me monetarily every month by joining down below. So thank you guys so much for hitting that join button. It means a lot to me, and I really can't thank you enough. So much appreciated, and we'll see you guys probably on Monday. Till then, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.